Spider-Man was changing, but no one knew why. His voice, his skin, even his web wrong. Wolverine tracked him down to help. But the moment he saw Peter's eyes, he froze. This wasn't a mutation. This was a possession. And when Spider-Man begged him to stop it, Wolverine chose the only way he knew. New York was too quiet. No sirens. No rooftop chase. No red blur between the buildings. The web-slinger who never rested had vanished, and no one could explain it. Not MJ. Not Ned. Not even the satellites Stark left behind after the last invasion. But Wolverine knew something was wrong the moment he caught the scent. Burnt webbing, ash in the wind, and something else, something not human. He stood over a ledge on 42nd, clawed fingers twitching at his sides. Beneath him, a collapsed newsstand lay wrapped in thick, blackened webs. Not silk, not Peter's usual pattern. This stuff pulsed like it was alive. "Logan," said the voice in his comms. It was Charles. "We're losing his signal again. I need you to find him. Alone." Wolverine didn't respond. He didn't have to. He jumped. The alley smelled like blood, but it wasn't fresh. It was decaying. He followed the trail deeper, past twisted trash cans and the shattered remains of what looked like a drone, shield grade. Whatever was here had taken it out in seconds. The scent was clearer now. It was Peter, but layered in something else. Pain, fear, something foreign. He turned a corner and found a wall, 30 feet high, covered in symbols written in black web. Circles, eyes, a twisted version of the spider emblem upside down. Wolverine's claws slid out, unsheathing with a sharp snick. Then he heard it, breathing, slow, shaky, from above. He looked up. Spider-Man was crouched between two buildings, clinging sideways across broken fire escapes. But his suit, it was different. Torn, fused into his skin. The red and blue were muted, like they'd been scorched. His eyes, those large white lenses, were cracked. One was missing entirely, revealing something raw underneath. Peter didn't speak. Wolverine did. "Kid, what the hell happened to you?" Peter's chest heaved. His body was trembling. "I tried to hold it in," he said softly. "I tried to hide it from them. From MJ. From Miles. From everyone." Logan took a cautious step forward. "Talk to me. I can't stop it anymore. I thought I could fight it. Thought I was strong enough." Peter looked down, eyes locking onto Logan's. "You always told me what you'd do if something took over me. If I ever lost myself." Wolverine's jaw clenched. Peter dropped. Not to attack, to collapse. His body slammed into the concrete like dead weight. Web spilled from his wrists without control, splattering like black oil against the ground. He wasn't moving right, like something inside was trying to push through his skin. Wolverine rushed to him, grabbing his shoulders. Peter's hand shot out, grabbed Logan's wrist, and forced it against his own neck. "Do it now, before it's too late." Logan froze. Peter's eyes were glowing. "Red. This isn't venom," Peter whispered. "It's something older. I brought it back from the stars." Wolverine pulled his arm back, forcing Peter's grip loose. "You're not dying on my watch." Peter let out a bitter laugh, laced with pain. "You always think you can fix it with pain, Logan. Not this time." Suddenly, Peter's body jerked, violently. His back arched. He screamed. Black veins pulsed through his neck and face. His mask peeled off in strips, as if something underneath was pushing out. "Get away!" Peter yelled. Too late. A blast of web, thick as rope, launched from Peter's palm and hurled Wolverine backwards into a dumpster. Metal folded like paper under the impact. Logan rose instantly, healing already. But Peter was gone. Above, the rooftops were shaking, webbing flying in every direction like a storm. Birds scattered. Alarms went off in cars. And then silence. Logan stared at the twisted symbol on the wall one more time. He remembered what Charles had said before the comms cut out. "There's something ancient in him now. I've never sensed such conflict. He's not possessed, he's splitting." Wolverine looked at his hands, at his claws. If Peter was right, then there might come a moment when saving him wasn't possible. and he'd have to choose something else, something final. He leapt to the rooftops and followed the trail. No hesitation, no backup, just instinct. Somewhere out there, Peter Parker was fighting the battle of his life, not against a villain, but against himself. And Logan knew what happened to men who lost that fight. They didn't just die. They took the world down with them. Peter wasn't running. He was crawling, sideways across rooftops, upside down under bridges, scaling towers like a glitch in reality. Wolverine followed the scent of his blood, but it didn't smell like Peter anymore. It smelled like something that remembered being human. Wolverine tracked him to an abandoned subway tunnel just outside Manhattan. The entire entrance was cocooned in thick, black webbing, not silk. Flesh. It pulsed. It breathed. He sliced through it. Inside, the air was hot, wet. Something hissed in the distance. Logan moved quietly, his boots squelching on a carpet of old bones and shattered shield armor. The walls were scrawled in web-carved markings, not graffiti. Symbols. Languages older than Latin, older than Earth. Then he heard Peter's voice. I didn't want to bring it back. Wolverine turned the corner. Peter sat on the floor, back against a shattered train car, eyes bloodshot. His mask was torn halfway off. His hands were shaking. His fingers were fused to the web itself, like it was feeding off him. I thought I could resist it. I thought I could hold it in long enough to find Reed or Stark or someone. What the hell is it? Logan asked, stepping closer, but keeping his claws drawn. Peter didn't answer right away. His chest convulsed like he couldn't breathe. Then he looked up. I touched something. On the last mission, deep space. You remember the station on the edge of the Necro Belt? Yeah, cosmic parasites. Reed burned it down. I didn't tell them what I found. Peter's voice cracked. A red crystal. Not a gem. Not a weapon. A mind. It spoke to me. Logan growled. Voices in your head? Could have called Xavier. I tried. But every time I got close, the voice told me not to. Told me it would kill MJ. Kill May. Kill Miles. Peter gritted his teeth. And the worst part, I believed it. His body jerked again, violently, like something inside his spine tried to escape. He screamed, coughing out strands of black web. It splattered on the train wall and crawled upward on its own. Logan reached out. Peter snapped up and grabbed him by the throat. Don't touch me. His eyes weren't red now. They were full black. No whites. No iris. Just void. But then he let go, collapsing back to the ground. It feeds on fear, he whispered, and mine tastes like guilt. Wolverine crouched beside him. I've seen symbiotes. I've seen demonic possession. I've even seen Xavier tear madness out of people's heads. But this thing, it's older than all of it. Peter nodded slowly. It called itself the WRM. Wolverine flinched. That name meant something. He'd heard it once, from Thor, in a whisper, after a battle on another realm. The WRM wasn't a creature. It was a curse, a consciousness that slithered through hosts, devouring identity, until it became real. Peter looked up again, barely hanging on. It wants Earth, not to destroy it, to wear it. He grabbed Logan's hand. You've got to kill me before it wears me. Wolverine's throat dried. You think I came here to bury you, kid? Peter shook his head. No, I think you came here because you know you might have to. The tunnel trembled. A siren went off above. Someone had triggered an alert near the Upper West Side. Stark drones. Peter's head jerked toward the sound, eyes glowing red again. No, he growled. It's coming back. Peter stood, fast. Too fast. His body convulsed. The black webbing on the walls shot toward him and fused with his legs. His back cracked audibly. His shadow stretched into claws. Logan stepped in front of him. Fight it, Parker. I can't. Peter screamed. It is me now. The transformation hit like a detonation. Peter screamed as tendrils burst from his back, wrapping around the train car and slamming it into the wall. His arms elongated. His mask melted back over his face like living oil. The Spider-Man symbol on his chest reversed, turning black and split down the center. Wolverine braced himself, claws out. But Peter didn't attack. He vanished. Straight into the ceiling. Crawled into the dark. Gone. Wolverine swore under his breath. He tore through the cocoon tunnel, racing up the stairs, bursting back onto the surface, and stopped. The sky was blackening. Not from clouds, from web. Giant strands, thick as bridges, stretched between buildings. Citizens stared upward in horror. Some ran. Others didn't notice the small threads falling onto them, latching into their clothes, their skin unnoticed. Wolverine looked west. There, Spider-Man, or what was left of him, stood at the top of a broadcast tower, arms wide, back arched, screaming without sound. His voice echoed inside Logan's mind. It's birthing. The WIRM is birthing. And then silence. All across New York, screens went dark. Phones died. Power dropped. And from the center of the city, something ancient began to wake up. The silence wasn't peace. It was pressure. A city holding its breath while something crawled beneath its skin. Logan sprinted across rooftops, eyes scanning every webline street. New York looked like it had been paused mid-battle. Buses halfway into intersections, doors left open, steam rising from the grates, but no footsteps. Just the thin, impossible strands of web cutting between buildings, hanging like nerves ripped from a body too big to see. He leapt down into an alley and stopped. A man stood still at the corner, wrapped in thin strands, eyes open, breathing, but not moving, as if he couldn't. The web didn't bind him with force, it told him to stay still. Wolverine sniffed. The man reeked of Spider-Man, but it was deeper now, a rotting sweetness, like Peter's soul was decomposing. Wolverine reached out to cut him free, but the web pulled back, not recoiled, retreated. It knew Logan's claws. Above, something shrieked. Not human, not spider, but both. He looked up. A figure crawled sideways across the glass of a high-rise. The way it moved made the world feel crooked. Wolverine didn't hesitate. He jumped, grabbing a fire escape, scaling fast. Glass exploded as the creature inside the building sensed him coming. He reached the rooftop, but it was empty. Just blood, and a message scrawled on the air conditioning unit in web. He's still in here, Logan. It wasn't a warning. It was a plea. Peter was still fighting. Wolverine moved faster, tracking the path from building to building. A crude spiral pulling toward the center of the city. Stark Tower, of course. Where else would the WIRM try to emerge? Iron Man's last backup drone flew overhead, scanning for heat signatures. It blinked red and dived toward the tower. Then it screamed. The drone's AI core let out an actual scream through its speaker before dropping out of the sky, caught midair by a black tendril of web. It didn't fall. It melted, absorbed. Wolverine cursed under his breath. He was running out of time. As he reached the edge of the old Star Campus, the ground below began to pulse. Web veins snaked through the concrete, pulsating toward the building's heart like arteries feeding a monstrous brain. He dropped down and landed at the base of the tower. That's when he saw him, Spider-Man. But not the Peter he remembered. The suit was fused to his skin now. The black-red veins glowed like lava under glass. His hands twitched with every heartbeat of the city. The mask was gone, but his face was barely human. Skin stretched over bone, eyes pitch black, with a burning red slit in the center, like something peering out from within him. He stood atop a twisted satellite dish like a god made of shadows. Wolverine stepped forward. "I know you're still in there, Parker." Spider-Man didn't move. Then, a voice deeper than Peter's echoed between the buildings. "You mistake guilt for strength." Wolverine's claws came out. The voice kept speaking through Peter's lips. "This world has always worshipped masks, gods in suits, demons in capes. Your kind feeds on violence. We are not different. We are evolution." Logan stepped closer. "You're not evolution. You're a parasite with a poet complex." Peter flinched. For just a second, his body jerked. His voice slipped through. "Logan, you have to end it before the third phase." He collapsed. Wolverine caught him midair. Peter's body was burning to the touch, pulsing with energy he couldn't contain. The web was crawling up his spine again, trying to pull him back. Peter grabbed Wolverine's collar. It's not just feeding, it's replicating. Every time someone touches the web, it leaves a piece behind. Wolverine looked around. The people standing still on the streets. Webbed, motionless, breathing. Time bombs. "Kill me now," Peter whispered. "It's birthing through me. I'm the gate." Wolverine hesitated. His grip tightened, claws extended, and then Peter jerked backward with inhuman strength, hurling Logan across the roof into the spire of the tower. When Logan looked up, Peter was gone, but above him, something moved inside the clouds. The sky cracked. An eclipse formed unnaturally, not blocking the sun, but reflecting it. A massive, black dome made of interwoven web. And from its center, a giant red eye opened, watching, breathing, hunting. Wolverine got back up and ran toward the center of the storm. He knew now, this wasn't about saving Peter anymore. It was about stopping whatever was trying to be born, even if that meant carving through the last thing that still called itself Spider-Man. The storm didn't rage, it pulsed. Webs stretched across the sky like nerves from a god-sized brain. At the center, the black dome beat like a heart, and inside it, Spider-Man waited. Wolverine stepped through the last of the cocoons in the ruins of the old X-Mansion's underground vault. He didn't know how Peter had gotten here. Maybe instinct, maybe memory, or maybe the WIRM had chosen this place because it knew what it meant to them both. Peter stood in the center, arms shaking, head down, suit flickering between what he once wore and what he now was. His voice came soft. "I can't hold it anymore." Logan's voice cut through the silence. "You don't have to. I'm here." Peter laughed, bitter and broken. "You think that helps? You think this ends with a speech?" Wolverine stepped closer. "No, it ends with a choice." Peter's back arched. He let out a scream, but it wasn't his voice. It was hundreds, all screaming from within. Black tendrils erupted from his spine. The floor cracked beneath him. A wave of red web surged outward, slamming Logan against the wall. Peter's body changed again, no longer just Spider-Man. The WIRM had taken over. His arms split into blades. His eyes vanished. His mouth stretched wide, filled with spinning fangs like a spider queen from a nightmare. And yet, in the center of it all, Peter's voice whispered, "Don't let it use me." Wolverine roared and lunged. Claws met web. Bone met chaos. The room shook. Every strike tore into Peter, and every time he healed. But slower, weaker, because Peter was still fighting inside. Their battle tore through the vault, smashing through walls, collapsing memories, crashing into old danger room systems. Peter caught Logan by the throat, lifted him. "You always said you'd do what had to be done," the WIRM mocked through his voice. "Then prove it." Wolverine's claws trembled in the air, inches from Peter's chest. "Do it." Peter screamed from beneath the monster's face. Wolverine's eyes closed for half a second. Then they opened, and the claws drove forward, straight into Peter's heart. The WIRM shrieked, not in pain, in rage. It tried to flee, tendrils bursting from Peter's back, reaching for anything, anyone. But Wolverine held him tight. "I'm not letting go," he growled. "Not this time." The tendrils writhed, then turned to ash. Peter fell limp in his arms. The light in his eyes flickered, but his voice barely returned. "Thank you." Then silence. The web above New York unraveled like dust. Screens flickered back to life. The dome collapsed, and Spider-Man was gone. Wolverine sat alone in the rubble, Peter's mask in his hands, torn, scorched, and still warm. No one came. No applause. Just the quiet hum of a world that would never know what it almost became. They buried him without a headline. No Avengers tribute. No Daily Bugle cover. No flags at half-mast. Just a small, unmarked grave hidden deep beneath the mansion's ruins. The place where heroes were trained to die, quietly. Wolverine stood over it for hours. The sun never came out. No one knew what had happened. Stark's AI redacted every record of the incident. Xavier buried the psychic trail. Strange sealed off the sky rift before it could be studied. Spider-Man was gone, and the world kept moving. Logan stayed behind while the others cleaned up. They asked if he was okay. He said nothing. What could he say? That he'd stabbed his friend through the heart? That Peter had begged for it? That saving the world sometimes looked like killing the one person who still believed in it? He sat at the grave with Peter's mask in his hands, scorched at the edges, slit through the spider emblem. It didn't even look like a hero's symbol anymore, just a wound that never healed. A quiet voice broke the stillness behind him. "I heard he called you." Logan didn't turn. Miles stepped forward anyway, eyes dim under his hood. I felt it too. The change, the dark. I thought maybe I could have helped. Wolverine finally looked up. "You'd have died." Miles clenched his fists. "Then I should have." "No," Logan said. "You have to carry it." "Carry what?" Logan held out the mask. Miles stared at it, shook his head. "I'm not ready." Logan stood. Neither was he. They didn't speak for a while. Then Miles asked, was it really him at the end? Or just the thing wearing him? Logan didn't answer right away. He reached into his coat and pulled out a small recorder, cracked, old, but still functioning. He hit play. Peter's voice came through, broken but clear. "If I don't come back, if what's inside wins, don't let them build statues. Don't let them wear my symbol like it's clean. I wasn't clean. I was scared. And I let something in. That's on me. But if you're hearing this, it means someone made the hard choice. Someone ended it. That person, that's the real hero." Logan stopped the tape. Miles looked down. "I won't forget. You're not supposed to." Logan turned to walk away. The grave behind him. The sky clearing. But just before he vanished into the trees, he froze. A single thread of red web dropped from a tree branch. Perfectly still. Fresh. He didn't move. Didn't speak. He just stared at it, eyes narrowing, because he knew Peter was dead. But something else wasn't. End of story.